Okay. I never know where to position myself, and I need to close this settings thing. And now I'm having issues. It's just one of those days. What can I say? It's one of those days. Oh, you know, I usually have a plan, but today I am planless. So we'll just see how this goes. Okay. And I don't have it pulled up because I told you I don't have a plan. Actually, my husband, who, by the way, is returning to work on a Thursday, and he's very excited to be able to organize the wines again. I do know that they have been selling wines to go to the restaurant, and a bunch of orders came in, I think yesterday, and he went there and he was just kind of like horrified at how everything is set up because he hasn't been able to be there to put the wines up. So he gets to go back. But, it's weird because the restaurant is going to be closed on Monday and he's not going to be working the same hours that he normally does. And I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to see him. The restaurant's not going to have the large parties it normally does. He may be, doing some captain duties, if you don't know what that is. Where he works, they have a captain and a back waiter. And he started out there as a back waiter, became a captain, and now, sommelier, one dude. So anyway, he went and got us something to eat. And yeah, I'm glad he's going to be going back to work, but I'm going to miss having him around. Okay, I was trying to actually find out because I want to give another shout out to this Etsy store. I did put a link to this Etsy store in my video this past week where I talked to Spike again. If you saw that video, it's about the Huckster Sales Toolkit. Okay, let me tell you what the name of this store is because I'm going to show you something that the owner sent me because I told her I was going to give her a shout out because I really do believe in being able to, support small businesses, people who are doing good work out there. And I've gotten two things from two different Etsy stores. This one is, come on, Alonda, find what you need. Managing two things at one time, not my strong suit. Yeah, there's that. Just not my strong suit. Okay, Halo, like, Angel Halo number 2, Go, Halo to go. And this is what the owner sent me. It's called a Hey, look at this. This is so cute. And I picked it out. She asked me which one I wanted. What I love about this, now let me find it, because there's that. It's like I said, I didn't really plan anything. I don't have any notes written down or anything. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, look at this. Look how cool this is. Wow, look, there's a zipper. So this means you can put stuff in there. Like if you go on a walk or something, you can drop in your phone, you can drop in your wallet, drop in your glasses. Yeah, I can't even think. So you can just put it on once, you can put it on twice. You can just figure it out. I'm doing this real quick. It doesn't even match what I'm wearing. And my lipstick is really a real deep red, but it looks like it's kind of coral, but it's not. And it doesn't match this at all. My brow showing. And I just absolutely don't care because you know what? And my hair is so flipping crazy. But I'm like, you know what? I just don't care. What can I say? It's Saturday and I just don't care. And my hair desperately needs some kind of, hey, Joseph. Okay. All right. So I lost internet connection. I love that. I live in Houston, like in the middle of the city, and it will just like boom, cut out. It is so annoying. I don't know if that happens to you where you live, but literally all the time for me. All the time. Same thing with the TV and all that, just like boom, everything will just be spinning. So sorry about that. I hope you can see me and hear me. I guess I'll ask you. Okay. So, hey, love. So somebody say something so I know I'm not just talking to myself. I mean, as entertaining as that is, because I do that like all the time, talk to myself, even if my conversation is like in my head, you know? I don't know if you do that. I do. I'm always wandering around talking to myself, interesting conversations, you know, weird conversations, but I'm going to take this off. I hope somebody can hear me. Somebody please say something. Let me know that you can hear me. Stephanie, can you hear me? Joseph, can you hear me? Oh my gosh, I've got crumbs down my bra. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. That's what I get for eating before coming in here. Crumbs in my bra. Yeah, that's a thing. Oh my God, she got people to join her group. Oh, Victoria, that's so janky. Oh, I got some issues. I've got some issues. Okay, I have something to share with you guys. I'm going to talk about several things, even though I don't have a plan. Okay, I usually have my little notes. I'll go like, okay, here's the topics. I'm totally winging it, and if there's something you want me to talk about, thank you, Joseph, for not going there. um, let me know, and I'll try to I suck at trying to keep up with the chat stuff, but it's not because I don't love you. It's because it's hard for me. It is hard for me. Okay, let's see. Oh wow. Oh my God, no. Stop. She got your union president to join. Oh, oi to the they. This is why people need educated. They really do. I swear, we need to have like lesson plans. As early, I think in elementary school, there could be something done to teach kids about how you don't want to do this. Definitely in high school, you could do it. Definitely you could. Okay, she joined the group, not LuLaRoe. I told her. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to reveal to you something I did once upon a time that's so incredibly embarrassing. And this is why I got janky messages today. Okay. So let me find it. My phone, of course, needs to be charged. I mean, I cannot keep it together. Are you one of those people that like, hey, Diva, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. So if I don't, I'm sorry. Are you one of those people that you can keep everything together and just life runs smooth for you? Because if so, that's not me. It's so not me. I'm winging it all the time, just getting by, just getting by. And if you do know the secret to how not to wing it, then you need to share it with the rest of us. Okay, so this was on Twitter. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness. Joseph, I haven't been to when was the last time I went to an Astros game? Oh my gosh, over 10 years ago. My husband, of course, huge Astros fan. Of course, okay. Where is my messages? Okay. Number one, okay, I want to say this. If you have not subscribed to the Antibot, you should. She and I had a great conversation today on Twitter about some stuff. And I found out she lives in Austin and I'm in Houston. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like so close. So we'll probably be able to meet sometime. So super cool. And her husband is the genetically modified skeptic. Okay, so I got 2 of these messages today, and I'm like, why did I get these? And then I saw what I sent. Now, this is back in the day. I guess story time about Alonda. I had joined this thing called Branding University as quote unquote an affiliate. Don't do that shit. And there's, oh my gosh, I have so many stories about this. And you were supposed to be able to like resell this opportunity to other people, and they could sell it to people and blah, blah, blah. You could do it for free. Or if you joined and did it at the platinum level, which I did, so I could earn more money. And effectively, I think I earned maybe $21, if that. I paid to join it, so I could earn 75%, which I basically earned not much of anything for all the work that I did. But the guy, Mark M. Lalone, who is now running this thing called the La Boom Squad, which this past week, I also found another website. Look this up. Are you ready? Because you're going to probably fall out of your seat when I tell you what the URL is. MLM Gods. And this looks, I haven't really looked at it because it's just like one page. That's it. And I'm like, I found something on there and I clicked it. And I'm like, oh, he's now showing, I think like the 4th MLM since I've known who this guy is. And it's, what is it? Oh, Thrive. Level V, whatever the Thrive stuff is. Are you thriving? He's showing that because a link went to that. But it looks like people are paying, or people have paid, to join this, and it's to promote different MLMs so that you can look up a distributor for a particular MLM and connect with them. That's what it looks like to me. Like I said, I haven't given it that much attention. It just literally just kind of like came into my bubble, and I'm like, WTF is this BS? I mean, seriously? And when I looked at it, I thought, because I looked at the bottom and I saw my buddy Mark down there, and what he likes to do when you watch his videos is behind him, he'll have like his own vision board. And on the vision board, there'll be like Eric Worre, Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, the usual suspects, and there's more of them that he has. Those are the ones I can just remember. So down at the bottom of the page, there are these different people, and then his picture, and I'm like, I wonder if he owns this. And I couldn't figure it out for a while, but I did. I finally did. I went, it is him, because I know 2 other websites that he owns, and I was able to find the server that it's all on. The other 2 that I know that he owns are thewealthytrainer.com and also Branding University. And then there is, I guess I know 4, La Boom Squad. So there's 4 that I know, and 3 of them were all on the same server. I'm like, yeah, my boy owns that too. And so what kind of things is he doing here to get people? Basically, it ends up acting like his funnel. It's just another lead magnet for him. That's it, to get people to pay him for something. And then usually what he does is tell them that they can resell this stuff. And then he always joins a different MLM and gets people to join. Then he doesn't stay, so he leaves. And I found this out too. His Twitter accounts, they've all been deactivated, which looks like he didn't do it. It looks like Twitter was like middle finger up to you, because you are, spammy and scammy. The 2 S's, spammy and scammy. So anyway, what I'm going to read to you is based off of his Twitter course. And I think it's called the Twitter Lead Machine. Okay. And I did all the things for the Twitter Lead Machine. Why? Because, I just believed in BS. I did. So this is okay. I'm going to show. Okay. I don't want to show this person's name. So I don't know if you, and I'm not going to be able to, okay. How can I do this? Okay. Here. All right. So you can see this long message. Okay. So I'd connect with someone and I would follow what he would tell me to do, and I'd send them stuff. And usually there were several little messages that were sent, and we actually had something that he was an affiliate of that we could get that was a tool that would help us send out these messages until they shut that down. So, but he's always doing something that he can get money. He says he's going to help you, but nay, nay. And that is not the case. You're not going to be the one rolling in it. It's just his way to slip into your pockets. Just in my opinion, allegedly, all of that. Don't come at me. Okay. So it says, oh, I am so embarrassed, but I'm going to share with you this free mini course, because I offer the free mini course because, once they took the mini course, they're going to want the full course and to pay for it, right? Wrong. Okay. This free mini course adds new followers to my account monthly and can easily do the same for you. Unlock your free Twitter Biz Lead mini course here with a little pointy emoji and a link. Be sure to scroll down to the page and check out the real testimonials by business owners. Okay, let me tell you something. Testimonials, they're like assholes. Everyone has one. Everyone has an opinion. I mean, it doesn't mean jack overall when it comes to all of this stuff. That's the way I see it, because, you can make anything sound good. It doesn't mean that what somebody's making sound good actually works or is even legit. It's just, an opinion. Okay. And it tells you mini course content's your perfect Twitter profile, getting new daily followers, your tweeting strategies, connecting with new prospects. So that's what I sent out. Then I got this message from them, direct message. Is that right? NBA jersey 24-hour savings, 80% off, and then gives a link sent to me. And then I got another message. And in this one, it was from one person, and I sent him the same janky message. And I got a bazillion of the same thing for this NBA stuff. So, I don't know what kind of scam this is, but all I know is I just wanted to go block. And then I looked back and I'm like, oh crap, I started this jank. I'm the jank hole that began this interaction. Thank you, Joseph DM. What can I say? Sometimes I just can't think and talk at the same time. But you guys will just have to forgive me. And if you can't, well, I don't know what to tell you. If you're perfect, good for you. Here's a cookie. Okay, so that's something that I woke up to. And it was I really felt like I needed to take a bath or a shower or I needed to scrub, because I saw that and then I saw what I had done. And I'm like, wow, that's just icky. That's just so gross. So I think what happened is because all of these people that my boy Mark was telling them to do his Twitter strategy, Twitter was like, everybody's sending these same links to these things. Who owns this crap? Who owns Branding University? What accounts are connected to that? And they probably tracked all of that down, and they're like, enough is enough. Because now when you look on his Wealthy Trainer website, and it's funny because I still get emails from him, because I just like to see what he is putting out there. No, it's not good. It's not anything that's really going to help anyone. It sounds like, it's all marketing. It's all marketing stuff. It's that. And so he was doing his octo content, whatever thing again. And he's talking about these 8 platforms to, syndicate your content and this crap. And I'm like, that's kind of funny considering you're not on Facebook anymore. You shut that down. Maybe Facebook was like, what you're doing is janky, because in his Facebook groups, he uses those as a high control group, because you can't go in there and ask questions. Everything is controlled about who can post. So you can't post anything unless you comment on something. And now he's just gone. And so on his website, no Facebook link, no Twitter link. And I'm like, but there is to SoundCloud and something. I'm like, this just smells. this just smells to me. It's a bad smell. It's a really bad smell. So I was like, huh, interesting. So I just keep my eye, I just keep my eye on seeing what he's doing. But if you have some time to kill, go check out some of those websites and you can see the Jake. And he's got a YouTube channel too. Yeah, you can check that out. And yeah, so that happened to me today. Lovely, huh? All right. Now, okay. So you guys know I am in Houston, and the way that I look at everything that we've been dealing with for the past couple of months is I feel like we're in a pressure cooker, Everybody is under stress. And if you say, you're not being impacted, I'm sorry, sweetie pie, but you're lying to yourself. We're all being impacted in different ways, I mean, this is not normal, and the new normal, I don't think is going to be all that normal. I don't know. I mean, are we there yet? Are we there? I don't know. But back when all of this first started going on, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about people being cooped up. It is like, okay, how is that going to impact us? Because that's going to add additional stress. And if you're already in a situation where you're stressed, this is really going to compound. And that's where I get like this pressure cooker type thing. And so we're all very aware of what happened in Minneapolis this past week, right? In Minnesota. We're all aware over the past, I want to say 3 days, of what's been going on in different cities around the country and why these things have been going on. And one of the things that's come to my mind is like, I think that this pressure from what's been happening worldwide, it can impact what happened there too, because people were already in before the virus ever happened. I mean, there was already tension between groups, but now, and it's like escalate, things get more because of the additional pressures that everyone is feeling. And last night, I guess my husband and I, we were watching the news. We used to live downtown, and there were protests here in Houston. I think there were some today. I didn't see that on the news, but because I didn't see all of the news right now. But we lived downtown. We lived at Texas and Maine. And at Texas and Maine, there is the old Rice Hotel. That's what we used to live in. That's where John F. Kennedy stayed the night before he was assassinated. There's a restaurant there called Sambuca. There's also a Chipotle, and there's a coffee shop called Minuti, and there's a sushi, which is Azuma. And then there's this little Irish pub called Shay's, and the State Bar is not there anymore. It's called something else now. I can't remember what the State Bar became. But anyway, some things happened down there by Sambuca, and I thought to myself, I'm really glad we don't live downtown, because had we lived downtown, I'd need to take out Chalupa and Tamale, our two dogs, and walk them on the streets of downtown. And when people are under pressure like that, it's like, you could be looking at a lamppost, but somebody could misinterpret how you're looking at them, and you never know what could, just ignite something, just because of all the pressure everyone is under. And I just thought, I'm really glad that I don't live downtown, because that would just feel, I wouldn't want to be walking my dogs. And usually like on Saturdays, and I would always say that, because there was a couple of different like street preachers, and they were both spouting like racial hate. And, I'd walk by with my husband and be like, yeah, I'm just, spouting hate. Just spouting hate. And I would have felt extra uncomfortable walking through all of that. It would just make me like, because you just don't know. You just don't know. One guy was shot downtown in Detroit. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. Overall, it has looked like things haven't gotten, well, I mean, it's hard to say things haven't gotten out of hand, because the way this all started is like it never should have happened. What happened never should have, because it's absolutely horrific, And the guy is from Houston. He went to Yates High School, and that's like literally maybe 3 miles from where I live or so, something like that. And yesterday, when we were watching the news, Sylvester Turner, he's our mayor, he came on and he started naming all these different areas in Houston, Third Ward, Fifth Ward, Acres Homes. I can't remember the other ones, but a lot of these communities here and around the Houston area that have been underserved for decades. I mean, it's really a shame. And so Sylvester was talking about how, we see you, and he was just, calling for everybody to calmly protest and respectfully protest. And overall, from what I have seen here in Houston, that is what has happened. And I'm glad of that. The reason people are protesting, I'm very upset by that, is it's just so wrong on every level. I mean, there's no excuse at all for holding someone down in that way. I mean, just I have no words. I have no words. But when all of this first happened, I can remember, just so you know, I've been working remotely for a year. That's just how my company does things. And my manager is literally, across the world. I've never seen her in person. And, we like chat and everything. And it was really interesting to me because obviously she's not in our country. If you're here in the US, and you may be from somewhere else. But, okay, I'm going to say my country, I guess. Does that make sense? Anyway, so she was really fired up about this, and understandably so. But she felt uncomfortable speaking out about it and letting people know that she was upset by it. And, I'm like, girl, why? Because she didn't think that, she should have a voice in it. I'm like, you're a human being. Of course you're impacted by it. You see something that's wrong, something that is unjust. You're a human being. Make a video on it. Talk. Yeah. I mean, don't feel like because you're not here in the States, you're not, impacted by, why wouldn't you be impacted by something if you see what we've all seen on that video? How can you not see that and be like horrified? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But, the thing that concerns me with that, and also, and I'm not going to say his name right, the guy from Atlanta, starts with an A, Ahmad, I'm not going to say it right, with what happened there, with what has happened in Minneapolis. It's like, it's very concerning to me that there can be other instances that would continue to happen, which could possibly be related to the pressure cooker that we're all living in. Because a lot of people, the tension, there's so much tension. I mean, myself, I know I have probably responded to some things in ways maybe that I shouldn't, because I didn't step back, but I'm human, just like you're human. And sometimes we're at our best, sometimes we're not. But I will say the one thing that I've said since the beginning of all of this is that we can do better. We can be better. We can do better. We can treat each other with more kindness, generosity, respect, compassion, all of those things. We can do that. But sometimes in the heat of that moment, it's like, even if you are the most calmest, most sensible person in the world, it could just, go out the window, so to speak. It just goes, and really bad things can happen. And I don't want to see that. But I know there has been an increase in violent crime overall. I'm not surprised by that. I expected that because of, we're all cooped up. There's been an increase in domestic violence. There's been an increase in a lot of things. And to see what has happened, I just want us all to try to do better with each other, which kind of brings me, again, like, if you subscribe to my channel, you are maybe maybe you don't know that I've received my second cease and desist letter this past week, because it really seems like the magic people, the Huns, the robots, don't really like the fact that, I've gone through stuff and have talked about it, because not that many people have, really, especially in anti-MLM. No one really has, other than me, that I've seen, really. Copy Little the other day made a really funny video about Kangen water and another water, duking it out. It was really, really funny. But I had reached out to him, letting him know what was going on. So I'm probably going to have to, there's some things I'm going to have to address, but it's really kind of like, wow, they really are bothered by okay, let's face it. I don't even have the flicker of a flame of a channel. I am a teensy little content creator, but yeah, all up in arms. Now, the first video that I did on this particular set of robots, it had, I want to say, about roughly 1,400 views. I redid that video because there was a privacy claim. This video now has a little bit over 900, so we're talking about a little bit over 2,000 views in total, which is not that many, but it has them like all freaking out, that this is out there. I got a lot of the content that I used for all of this from Ethan Vanderbilt. I don't know if you've ever seen any of his stuff, but he's really, really, really good, like his blog and videos. And I don't think he makes YouTube videos anymore, but the ones that are out there, if I'm doing research on something, I like to see if Ethan has something, because he is a really great source. So those are some things that have been going on. Anything else? Oh, I know what I wanted to say. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to share this with you because it relates to what I was just talking about. The first set of robots that have come at me that, sent me a cease and desist and everything and all of that, I had only made one video. And at the time, and Joseph, you were around then, at the time, I think I had maybe 1,700 subscribers, if that. Anyway, they came at me, they did mob dislike, cease and desist, and then a privacy claim, because I was showing public figures' faces that anybody could find. I wasn't showing anything that you can't find. It's all public facing, hence public figure, and you're putting yourself out there because you, quote, have a business. But no one's supposed to say your name or talk about you. Shh. Don't want to do that. Well, I guess you do if we're saying good things. But if somebody's critiquing what you're doing, they don't want that. They don't want that. Oh, I've seen something about info packs, Joseph. I'm not exactly sure what that relates to, but I've seen that. Okay, so the first group of robots, they're connected on Facebook to what's called the Dream Team, but they have like the number of websites, and it all goes to an opt-in, okay? And they're connected with a Magic. And then the second set that I did, well, actually the second set I'm going to talk about, but the second one that sent me cease and desist, I actually made this video before I made it for the other ones, but that's neither here nor there. And then I did on another group this group is out of Australia. All of this stuff is in my Enagic playlist. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's all in there. But what's interesting is that there are all of these different like little mini groups selling things that is usually a webinar that leads to a course that leads to a Enagic. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And there's multiples of these. So in addition to the 3 that I've already done videos on, and like I said, I have not done the research on all of these, so I'm not sure if they're all connected to that or not, but they've come into my bubble. And some of them came in, I want to say it was yesterday or today, when I was like looking up some stuff, because I was talking to Monica, because we usually like send voice clips all the live long day. Another one that I had on my index card, because that's how fancy I am, guys. This is like, my ideas, it's on an index card, because I am so flippin' fancy. Yes, I am a highfalutin YouTuber. And if you believe that, what can I say? Yeah, okay, I'm fancy. So there's also the digital prosperity movement. And then there is Global Affiliate Zone, GAZ, but they've rebranded to something else. And I know what it is, but I forgot to write it down. And then there is, I found this one, I think today, the Coaching Masters. And then there's a CEO movement. It's like, my gosh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 different ones. Isn't that bizarre? And to me, it's like what they're doing is very similar to what's known as the Amway tool scam. And at one point in time with Amway, what the distributors were doing was like, oh, yes, you signed up with me. Well, you need this book. Oh, yes, I'm getting a cut because you're buying this book from me. Oh, and you need these audio tapes that I made for you. Oh, I'm going to, get money off of that. And the FTC had stepped in and was like, put the kibosh on that. But these top people went off and created like worldwide dream builders, and there's other ones too, and I never can remember anything other than worldwide dream builders. I don't know why, but that one sticks in my noggin, the other ones don't, so let it go. And it's like, wow, so it's a very similar type thing that you're being brought in, being told you're going to create your online business. Wow. And I'm going to help you because here's all these tools, these courses, all for you because we care and we want you to be successful. Okay, little sarcasm there, a little salty about all that. What can I say? In reality, all they're looking to do is bring people in. And just like this Mark guy I was talking about, creating all this crap for people to think you're going to be able to do something by learning through whatever the hell, he has shilling there, and then stepping in and, throwing in MLM because he's gone from one to another and keeps doing the same thing. And it's really, it's just bad. So when I look at this, and boy, let me tell you, the people that have joined any of these things, like on these videos, the comments that I'll get from anybody connected to this they're just priceless. And the thing that though is I see it and I hurt for the ones that are making the comments because they have fully bought into everything that they're being told and sold about this being so great. And I know they have gone through thought reform. I know that there has been undue influence used on all of those things, because when I read what they're saying, although I never made comments like that to anybody on YouTube, some of the stuff that they say, I thought, or I talked to my other beach by Hunbots about, we said things because we believed, because it was the way for freedom. Oh, yes, we absolutely, Ben, we all want the opportunity. How did you guess? We all want that. I'm sure it's something that's connected to selling some kind of overpriced product. Yeah, if I can talk here. Anyway, so my heart hurts for them because I know they really believe. And the thing is, some people might be making a buck, but you know what they're doing? Talk about being on a hamster wheel and working so flippin' hard. Good golly, Miss Molly. I mean, that is a never ending, that's one heck of a workout. One heck of a workout. That sounds, it's a total suck bucket. I mean, bottom line, it's a suck bucket. And the other ones that have been coming at me lately is, I don't know if you saw my video about the ring bombs. Oh, they get really defensive about the quality of their rings, and how great it is. And I've had to, and I really don't want to ban people, but when you say incredibly vile and nasty things to me, about me, or about people who are here that are my subscribers, or who have just even watched a video, it's my backyard. No, I'm not allowing that. But then I look at them. Oh, Joseph, you have an idea? Please share. Oh, are you going to help Ben with his? Are you guys going to create your own MLM? Please do. Oh my God, sugar cream conditioner and then fabulous lotion. Well, everybody needs that, you know? I mean, maybe it could even be a hair conditioner. I mean, it could be many things, I'm sure. Is it coconut oil by chance? Um, Now I forgot where I was going. Oh, where was I going? Oh, the ring bomb. Okay. So they get just really twisted. But when I look at it and I see them, and I'm like, wow, okay, y'all are, I think they're missing the point, and I understand why they're missing the point because they feel like they personally are being attacked. Oh darn, it's taken. Well, Ben, you're going to have to come up with something better then, dude. I mean, come on, come up with something that I don't know. Maybe it can be oh, a furniture polisher and a leather conditioner. Maybe you can come up with something like that. I don't know. But work on it. And also to be able to clean the sink. I'm sure it can be like just totally multi-purpose. But anyway, these ring bomb Huns, I see it, and it's like, and I know that they think like, oh, they're calling me a buzzkill, that I just don't know how to have fun. That apparently I am just killing everybody's fun because I am talking about their thing. And then they get all up in arms because apparently whatever income disclosure crap that I used, it wasn't the most recent one. And I mean, really, okay? That's not even the point. The point is, let's look at this overall structure and the sustainability. And ring bombs ain't it, just it ain't it. But they really, they really come hard at some stuff. I woke up one morning, I swear this one person, at least 15 comments, at least, on that one stinking video. It's like, thanks for the engagement, but who has time for all of that? Would you? I would not take time out of my day to be, I just wouldn't. But a lot of times they don't even watch the full video. But even if they did, probably because of cognitive dissonance, they wouldn't be able to see the truth. But maybe, just maybe, maybe it'll plant a little tiny, tiny, tiny seed that at some point in the future, it'll start to sprout. God, this hair just looks awful. It's just pathetic. But anyway, maybe it'll kind of like start growing a little bit or something. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it'll do that, because that's what I can help, because I don't do any of this coming from a place of where I just want to, make fun of the people who have joined. I was one of them. Oh my gosh. Oh, Joseph, I have found, I don't remember what it's called, but I did find a diaper. I did find a diaper MLM, and I kid you not. But I love that, adult diapers and catheters. Dude, you slay me. You always slay me. Good Lord. But, I come from a place because I care, even though they feel attacked, and I can understand that, because, I know when nobody wanted to have anything to do with my Beachbody crap, I definitely took it personally. And, you can't help it because you align yourself so closely with this opportunity. Oh my gosh, yes, the pearl parties. Yes, that one has gotten a lot of views. Okay, the pearl parties, let me just talk about this for a moment. Being from the Gulf Coast, I've eaten my fair share of oysters. As a matter of fact, and I don't know if I said this in the video or not, back when I was an undergrad, I was a server at a restaurant called Belga del Rio. And oh my God, they had the best seafood enchiladas. And oh my God, and the gumbo was as good as my mama's. And that's the only place I've ever had gumbo as good as my mama's. May she rest in peace. Anyway, I can remember the guy who did the salad line, his name was Benny. And Benny was so sweet, didn't speak a lick of English, but he was so sweet. And he'd be shucking oysters. And, I'd need my oysters for appetizers. So I'd, be talking to him. And he was so sweet. So I can remember watching him shuck the oysters with, like a real oyster shucker opener tool thing you do, whatever that is. But when I've watched these pearl parties, and it's like, and you see some of these women, and these oysters have been soaking in some kind of weird, I don't know, different, just ickiness, soaking in ickiness, and then like sealed up or something. Basically, the oyster has long since been dead, and there's been a pearl that's been created, shoved in there. I think even dye shoved in there. I mean, it's just nasty. And I just can't imagine touching it. I've always had this thing about something on my hands. I mean, I'm talking since I was a little kid. If I ever felt like my hands were dirty, I was always wanting to wash them. I mean, not like a crazy person, like, 20 times like at once or anything. And if you're doing that, I'm not trying to poke at you or anything. Just to me, it just like feels like it would be crazy if I was like, okay, I've got to wash my hands 20 times. That's all I mean. Because somebody's going to be offended, because people always get offended at just absolutely anything that you say on the internet. There's somebody that's going to be all offended. So just, take a seat and just let it go. But I always wanted my hands to feel clean. And so when I've watched those pearl parties and them touching that stuff, I immediately, it's like, oh, that just sounds like ick. It just is ick. And then they're like showing it like this is like, ooh, I mean, like it is the most magnificent thing ever. But then they've got to ship it off somewhere to put it in whatever little piece of jewelry somebody got, and then send it to the person. I just honestly watch this and like, why would anybody be drawn to this? I mean, it's just bizarre. Just bizarre. It's just weird. I mean, and I guess, oh, Joseph, I'm glad to know that guys at work are washing now. I mean, everybody needs to be washing their hands, all the time. But I've always been like that. I've always like, if there's something on my hand, I'm like, ah. But also as a kid, something else about me, whenever we'd go to a restaurant, my parents had a restaurant when I was a little girl, and they'd take me somewhere, and I'd be all in whatever, my little fancy little outfit. And I always wanted to go to the bathroom, not because I had to go pee or anything. I wanted to see the bathrooms. I always wanted to check them out. I was nosy. I was just this nosy little girl that wanted to check out the bathrooms and, see what was it. Because, sometimes they're extra pretty, especially the women's rooms, where we were going to eat. They'd be like, fancy and stuff. I just wanted to go check them out. Okay. Maybe that's TMI. I don't know. But that's what I did. Okay, so yeah, the pearl parties, just weird. And, I've got some other things here. Okay, my fancy index cards. I'm still working on the Market America one. Oh my gosh. Oh, here's another one. This is another Enagic person. I'm going to have to do a video on this person and his websites. Oh my gosh, just the URLs themselves are just like, seriously, that's what your URL is? And I found him because I'm looking at my analytics on my videos, and that's how I was able to find him. So it's like, you know what? These videos are just, they're just the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to these Enagic people, because I can see like where stuff is coming from. And I can just go, what's up over here? And I can go be my little nosy self and go check it out. Oh my gosh, you checked out the color of the soap? 5x8 yellow pens. Okay, that's what you use. Okay. I guess if I've had sticky notes before and I've used those, but then I end up getting overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm just fancy with my index cards. But I wanted to, and then they get all crunched up. Oh, why do I have this time card on Monday? Oh yeah, because I couldn't submit that. We have to, like where I work, we have to submit our time for our projects because the projects are billed based on what we do and stuff. Which, by the way, I'll tell you this quick. Where's all my stuff? Quick little story. Okay. You know how everybody is using Zoom right now? Well, where I work, and if you don't know this about me, I'm going to tell you, my background is in instructional design. Don't worry, nobody knows what the hell that is, but I'm going to tell you, that means design and development of training. And so right now, usually stuff that would be face-to-face instruction, brick and mortar type instruction, is being transitioned, especially like new hire, is being transitioned to remote instruction, meaning, well, now we got to use Zoom. Okay, we got to use Zoom. And the thing is that I'm helping somebody take their curriculum that's all for face-to-face instruction and rewrite it to how to do things in Zoom. And what you guys probably don't know is literally you've got to think through every single little thing, because having also been a technology apps teacher and I also taught web design, one thing I know when it comes to technology, there's going to be some people that just like zip along and they're just going to like just figure it out. There's going to be the middle of the road people that are like, they're kind of, but they need a little bit of help. And then there's going to be people that just basically sit there and drool on themselves and have absolutely no clue. It's literally, it's like those are the three tiers. That's just how it is. And so as I'm working with my colleague, I'm thinking of, well, what are all the things we need to tell them? Because we can't just tell them, because something in Zoom, you may or may not know you can do this. It's called breakout room. And you can basically assign people to different breakout rooms. And so they can go and do stuff and you can all come back together. I'm like, well, we can't just tell them to go do that. We've got to show them. And so I'm working with her to create what's called an icebreaker activity, that we're teaching them how to use these things before they actually get the instruction for the training. Because if people don't know how to use the technology, guess what? All the stuff that they're learning is going to be really hard to encode that, because you're struggling with the technology. So it's an interesting barrier or way to do things. And it's also interesting to me because a lot of how we're doing the training now with the technology like this is how online training, in my opinion, always should have been. Because a lot of stuff, okay, who here has ever done compliance training? You know, maybe safety training, and you have to take an online course, and it's like click next, then text. And it's like, you're just like click, click, click. And at the end of it, you get a test, you know, that kind of stuff. Let me know if you've ever had to do that kind of thing. Where's the on button? Yeah, there's definitely that. If you've ever had to do that kind of training, let me know, because I'm one of the people that has designed that, because that's what I had to do. But to me, that kind of training, I'm like, people aren't going to learn that way, because you're not actively engaged. You're not doing really anything. And yes, there's like little game things you can kind of do, and there's some drag and drop and stuff like that, but you're not connecting with people. And when you don't have that connection, it's really hard for things to go into your brain. You need to be able to talk to somebody else and be like, oh, hey, are you having a problem with this? Oh, how did you need to be able to have that. And that has not been built in. And that has just gone against my grain from the get-go, unless some of the training, which I have, hey there, Brad, unless some of the training, which I have designed some very highfalutin serious games. I don't know if you know what a serious game is in terms of training, but I'll just give you an example. I did one, it was basically, there had been a typhoon that hit, and the civil affairs team had to go and like rebuild this island. Okay. And so one of the serious games, I think I did 8 or 9 serious games for all of that training. There was a map, and you had to go around and interview people, and then you could piss them off. And so there would be like a mood meter, and the mood meter would like go red if you pissed them off, and they'd like walk away from you and stuff. That's an immersive training type opportunity. And you weren't dealing with people, but overall, most of the training that has been online, the click next and text chat, there really should have been some sort of interaction with people. So that's the kind of training, that's what I'm helping people do, is like, how do you take this brick and mortar stuff, and now how do we use this technology, and what are all the steps that we need to include? Because you need to include a lot of support type stuff that you don't even ever think about. And those are the stuff that I think about. And I think tomorrow, some of you may or may not, we call tabletop training. Ben, do you call tabletop training like face-to-face, or is that being referred to online learning? Let me know. Tomorrow, Dave Vaughn, who has been a guest on my channel before, we are going to talk. And I think what we're going to talk about, because we chatted a little bit earlier, he's been in Taiwan since all this stuff went down. And so, you know, talk about his hours and mine is like very, very different, to try to, you know, figure out for us to be able to do a video together. but he is a teacher. I'm a former classroom teacher, and I've already told you that I've done this whole training thing for like over 20 years. Yeah, I'm old, so get over it. Anyway, so we are thinking about talking about how there's, just like all the things that I was telling you that's connected to Enagic, where people will take courses and stuff. There's a lot of people online now saying, I've got a course to sell you, and you can learn X, Y, and Z, which is great, but it's a double-edged sword because not everybody knows how to design things effectively for an online or even, even face-to-face. If you don't have a background, there's a lot of stuff. Basically, I'm saying is that when you have the background, the expertise and how to do it, it matters and it transforms the experience for you. So we're thinking of talking about that and how it's being used, like in these examples of what I told you earlier about all these people with Enagic and creating these courses that end up being like, thimbles full of information. And then there's all these other people in like the personal development, business coaching, life coaching, what have you space. And, I know you see them. I know you see those ads pop up, and they probably pop up on my videos and stuff, but people are going to teach you crap. And it's like, I think we're probably going to talk about some of that stuff because there was something that we saw, though, when we were chatting, I found it, like, oh, we should talk about this because the FTC did something about this thing. So I think that's what we're going to end up talking about tomorrow. There should be a video coming out this next week. I think so. Oh, okay. Large roundtable scenario training. Okay, yeah. And you know what? Doing that, Ben, face-to-face like that, that's a really good thing. And I have designed scenario-based training, but you know what? Scenario-based training, without it being really super interactive, ends up being kind of glorified click, next, and text. It really, it depends on what you can do. It depends on budget and all kinds of things. But I did want to tell you guys, if anybody here is dealing with your company and you have any kind of say in training, and sometimes what happens to people is that you're told, hey, Ben, go train X because you happen to know about X, but you are like kind of drooling on yourself because you've never done this before. It's like, okay, I got to go stand up in front of people and do what? Training magazine. Show you. This is part of Vignette Learning. Ray Jimenez, amazing guy. He is such a sweetie pie. I just love him to pieces. But this training magazine, you can get a free copy of this, I believe. And there are some webinars, and it drives me crazy that I see all of these marketing things saying it's a webinar, because I've always taken a webinar where I actually learned something I can go and apply. But these marketing webinars that I call seminars, it's all about you taking out your credit card and purchasing something. But anyway, there's like some good stuff in here. And there's even some things that you need to consider about, how to transition stuff. So if you're looking for like, oh, I need some help to help my company with training stuff, training magazine, Vignette Learning, there's free webinars. And I know Ray, he does a lot of stuff that is online too. I'm sure this year that his face-to-face type things, because he travels around the country and he does his training. It's probably going to all be remote now, but he has some really, really, really banging training. The other thing that I would say, where else would you be able to get some stuff? If you need some e-learning assets, you can get some free stuff at, oh God, what is it called? Is it e-learning art? E-learning? It's not e-learning brothers. E-learning brothers is very expensive. And Brian is the owner. I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry, I can't think of it, but you can get, because getting digital assets is key for all of that stuff. It just is. Okay. Anyway, I have been babbling now for like an hour. I hope that, and like I said, I had no plan or anything, but these were just things that I was thinking about. So hopefully this week I will get the Marketing America video put together. That script's been written. I haven't been able to film it because what happens to me is that even though, and I'm still trying to research religion and the connections of stuff, is that I have a plan and then get derailed because something else comes in my bubble, or there's an event, that's just how it goes. And I really do try to plan things out, but it just doesn't always end up like that, it just doesn't. So I'm going to get down on the go-go. I hope you are safe where you are. I hope you have the things that you need. Please remember to have extra patience, kindness, love, compassion for other people while we're dealing with this. And we don't know when it's going to end, but we should always be like that anyway, right? I mean, no one should just be an asshole to be an asshole. But I do think right now with what's going on, I think sometimes people act like assholes and don't even realize they are being an asshole, just from and I've probably been an asshole and didn't mean to be an asshole, and try to remember that everybody's human and people are trying to do good and sometimes just screw up. I know I do. Raise your hand if you do too, even if I can't see you, but Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you so much for watching any of my videos, all of my videos, and all of that. I really appreciate it. It means more to me than I will ever be able to tell you. So have a good one, and I will see you next time.